Right, so I thought I'd do a video today because we've got this lovely soft light in here. We've got clouds outside, and I thought it'd be nice to do something. And I need to get more, I need to put content out there, and this is just a great way of starting. So we've got restrictions at the moment, but it is opening up, and I'm going to be able to start going out and shooting. So this is brilliant. So I want to talk to you today about a purchase I made recently. And I just want to talk to you the reasons why I went for it, and how it's going to be beneficial for me, because I've been finding limitations when I've been shooting on location, and where I'm going to be using this as well. So what over the last 2 to 3 years, I've really been looking at drones, and looking at using them for photography. 3 years ago we had the Phantom 4. And we had the DJI Mavic, and I think that was probably about it. And they were all big drones. The Pros seemed to be where everyone used the Phantom 4, but they were just too big and bulky to use this as a big case, and it would be something that would be a hindrance, and I want something that isn't going to be a hindrance. And then I think it was in 2018 the DJI Mavic Air was released. And when I saw that, I really quite liked the look of it. The specs were really good. I'm not a pro or anything when it comes to drones, and it's got safety features built into it, and it's just a great all-round drone for me, and it's compact. So what I done is I went out, I ordered it about 3 weeks ago, and it arrived on Saturday, I think it was. Maybe Sunday. But anyway, it arrived on the weekend, and this is it. So I wanted to get a matte black, but sadly they wouldn't ship it. So I had to order a white one, which they did, and the white is actually still growing on me. It does show up the marks. It's it's not. I think it's like a matte white, so it's not like. So it does show up little scuffs and everything, which is a little annoying. And then I found out that you're not meant to put anything on it because there's all sensors in here, or sensors on the body, and that could affect with signal. So probably maybe more relevant on these, because behind that is for the antennas for the Wi-Fi and the signal to the drone. So yeah, so I got this so I could do behind the scenes. Actually, no, hang on. I'll say what I got with this. So I went for the Fly More kit. I was thinking maybe I didn't really need it, but I'm so glad I went for it. I find that I get about 15-20 minutes flight time out of this, but that's only because I've got my the warning for the battery to alert me that when it hits 30%, and then that's when I'll start flying it back. If it's really far away, I'll start flying it back when it's about 40%. That way I know that I'm not going to lose the signal, I'm not going to lose the drone, and it's playing it safe, because at the end of the day this is an object, and if it fell out the sky, I don't know how hard it would hit someone, because you've got terminal velocity to consider, but yeah, this could hurt someone, or it could damage something, or yeah, and if it landed in the sea, it's just going to be bad for the the environment. I'm so lost out with this. I'm just doing this off the top of my head as well. It's got the 8 gig internal memory. I thought that would be a pretty cool thing, and I thought I was going to use that a lot. Turns out to be a pain in the arse to get the footage off. So what I've done is I've just gone out and bought a free 128 gig micro SD cards, the Extremes by SanDisk. So they got a write speed of about 90 megabytes per second, which is perfect for this drone. So what I'm looking to use this for is behind the scenes stuff, sharing where I am on location, both in stills and video. I'll do like short clips of video, because there's times when I've gone onto location and I really want to share where I am, but I can't share it in that sense. I can't share the scale, and it's not often safe for me to actually leave my main setup and go and walk back and take a photo, and I want to get myself as well in the photos more often. That way you can, you know, really tie yourself to wanting to be there in person versus just seeing a bit of gear on location, which is what I tend to do, and it's not really something I want to keep doing. I will do it, but I want to have the human element into it as well. So that's where this will come in. So it's not, I'm not just going to be doing, also I'm not going to be just doing aerial look down photos, which a lot of people do. This will allow me to get to places which I can't actually get to on foot. Maybe I get there and the path is closed and I can see where I want to fly. It's maybe 30 meters in front of me and I just can't get there on foot. I could just put this up, fly over and get the shot that I want. So yeah, no, I won't just use it for aerials, and I can use it for places where I just can't shoot. Well, also there's times when I wanted to like sand dunes, for instance. Went down there with a camera. Even though you have my Hasselblad H4, I've got the X1D now, and I wanted to get this shot, this sweeping shot of the sand dunes. And when I got to the spot where I started taking photos, I just couldn't get the shot that I wanted. I needed a bit more elevation, and that's where something like this would have been perfect. Just getting an extra 2 or 3 meters on top of my current height, that would have really benefited me a huge amount. Well, I've got some light coming in. I've set this to manual and we've got to this white fence and the light's just shining off the fence. Typical, isn't it? Hopefully it doesn't stay around for too long. We've got some pretty thick cloud over. And also being able to shoot RAW with a drone is what I really wanted. And this shoots RAW, this shoots 12 megapixels. Only thing I don't really, it's not really a don't like, it's just a limitation, it's a little bit of a niggle with me, is that it shoots in, well, it shoots in 4:3, which is a ratio I really like because the Hasselblad shoots on that, and it's a ratio I do enjoy using, aspect ratio. But you can't flip the drone, so it's in landscape only. So what I'm having to do is do panos, so I'm trying out, practicing. So what I'm doing is either I tilt the gimbal, I have it up first, get a bit more than what I need, and then do a pan down. Or if depending on what I'm doing, what I'm wanting to shoot, maybe there's a tree in a forest that I want to shoot, but I don't want the whole tree to look like it's leaning backwards or leaning forwards or get that horrible light distortion when it comes to stitching. So what I'll do is I'll just keep the drone in one spot and fly up. That's actually what I've done for a shot I took. So I've only been flying the drone for 2 days, and on my first day I had a go at doing a pano where I looked down, I'd done a bracketed shot, and I flew forward, took another shot, flew forward, take another shot, and this is the end result. So this is printed on this printer here, my Pro 1. This is equivalent. This is a 24 megapixel image now because of the pano of all 4 images stitched together, and it's an absolutely lovely photo. Lots of detail in here. Yeah, it's really nice. And also on my drone I've got a polarizing filter to help cut with the glare, and it's got a 2-stop on there. I do have more. I bought the Polar Pro standard series pack, Mavic Air edition. It's goes up to 4-stop. I might need to get longer because I want to do some long exposures and test this out. So yeah, very happy with it, and it'd be also great for scouting. So if I get to a location and I'm maybe not that far away from it, and I want to see what it's like, well, you know, and I might have a very limited window on shooting time, I can just pop up the drone, fly it over quickly, have a little look. If it's good or not, you know, maybe there's not enough water in the area where I want to take a photo, or the tide is out, and you know, it's going to be time saving as well. Obviously, do this safely as well. So you've got line of sight. You can, you're not flying over anyone. You're not flying over roads, main roads as well, buildings. Yeah, so I have learned about where you can and can't fly. I've got an app on my phone which tells me it's run by the government, And yeah, so I am making sure I am doing this safely, and the main places where I'll be flying this will be nature. It's going to be away from, you know, built up areas. The only reason why I've been flying it around sort of where I am currently, and there's built up areas or semi built up areas anyway, I've been flying it, is just so I can get some practice in before I actually do it. But yeah, I'm actually really loving drone photography. You know, I didn't think this would actually make me want to go out and shoot more. I thought it would be like, you know, I'll have it as an extra along with my main kit. But this is actually making me want to actually see what places I have shot where I have shot before, and I thought, oh, I might come back here again. Now I want to actually go there again and fly this and see what I can create and see what different slight elevation will do to my shot. So yeah, just seeing what it does, and also just playing around with it, doing some big panos. I did do a pano, and it came to about 40 megapixels as well. That's doing the 3 layers, and it looked a bit weird, so I need to learn how to get around that. But I think that's probably just taking more and more shots between the twists. It's a bit tight, 24mm on this. I wish it was maybe 20mm. But yeah, not too bad. I might one day get my drone license, so that way I can fly more than 120 meters. I don't know if I'd still have this drone or not. I don't know, but I'm definitely not going to sell this drone. Yeah, so very happy with it. I have also ordered I'll go into this controller actually quickly. I'm sure you all know about this. But yeah, I got this, and it doesn't have the control screen at the top. I don't actually mind that, because I don't actually look at that. I look at my phone and see what's actually going on, what the info there is. Haven't had any problems with signal. Well, I did go up to this orchard. They asked me to go up there and just take a few shots. It wasn't a commercial job or anything like that. It was just a nice ask of them, and I just wanted to be friendly. So they knew I had the new drone, and they just wanted, do you want to have a go at taking some photos up here? I said sure. So I have, and had a little go at taking video. I'm not so good at video because I'm not as smooth on the controls yet, but I am getting a lot smoother since day one. It's just getting used to the sensitivity and what they do. So that being up and down and rotates the drone around, which is great for when you want to. Oh no, hang on, no, that's not it. I've forgotten. I think I've completely forgotten it. But there's a few configurations you can do. But yeah, what I have done is I've ordered a tablet mount. So the holder will go into here, and then my iPad will go here because I want to see on a bigger screen. It's just safety, and I can easily access the controls more. Because I find with the phone screen, as soon as it's getting up close to here, it's kind of tricky to press the buttons and get access to those controls. Yeah, and it also allows me to not drain my battery on my phone, so I can make phone calls if I need to. It's just, yeah, so it's better, and I can do stories as well for Instagram. And yeah. What else? I don't really have any bad things to say about it. I'm pretty happy with the image quality. It's definitely going to allow me to do a lot more than what I have done. I haven't tested out the ISO, but I'm really not going to shoot this over 100 ISO. To be honest, I'll probably go to maybe the tops is 400. But yeah, you know, I can work around limitations of gear. I've done it with entry-level gear. I've done it with pointed shoots. I know how to use cameras. I know how to get the most out of them. Yeah, so pretty stoked about this. Yeah, and you know, let's see if we can fold this down and remember how to do it. I think you fold the front legs in first. So we'll fold those in, and then these legs come in. I try and make sure that the propeller tucks into this bit here first, and then when I tuck it in, it just holds it in place. And then oh yeah, and also why I like this is where the camera is, it's sort of protected, so it's got these walls on either side, it's got the top. So even if I did have a little accident or something, at least the drone itself is protected, the gimbal. Yeah, unless I'm not really unfortunate and it hits directly in there, but it's just such a small thing, and I don't like the way the Mavic Air or Mavic Pro and the new Mavic Air, it's just all out in the open. It's just so prone to being damaged. But yeah, I'm really happy with this, and it just fits right. That's it basically. It just fits right into my camera bag, and it's easy, and I don't even notice it's there, which is a real big bonus. Yeah, so that's about it, I think. Anything else to go over? So what I'm looking to do as well is maybe doing some selling prints with this at some point, but I definitely want to get creative, and I think some of my shots are going to look a lot like what others are doing, you know, the simple. I want to do the one where you go over a pine forest and look down and get it so that I want to create, so you've got the tops of the trees, and then it just blacks out, goes into the shadows and blacks that out. That's what I want. I want to darken the image. A lot of people have done it, but I just want to do it just to see what it's like and the quality of the drone, and do test prints, and also maybe print it up on my wall, and I've got something to look at. That way it's mine. I'm not buying from another photographer, or I'm not buying from someone else, and I've got something that I've created on my wall. There's something so nice and rewarding to see that, something that you've created and printed off, and it's in physical form. Oh, got a little tickle in my throat now. Yeah, so that's about it really. I do have plans as well to travel a lot, so what I have realised during this time is that going away for a few days isn't enough, it's not sufficient enough. And so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be transforming my car, my BMW X5. I know of all vehicles you wouldn't think it's more of a city car, but I'm going to be using it for travelling. You know, they're reasonably cheap, and I don't want to sell it. It's too nice to sell. And I'm going to put a roof tent on it, going to have a power inverter inside so I can charge everything. I've just bought a fridge, freezer for my car, a Waco, a Dometic. And so I'll be able to have fresh food and everything in the car, and not rely so much on cabs and petrol stations for food, though I will still go to some of those places. This will just be a cost-effective way of eating, and also being able to eat fresh, and yeah, and being able to, you know, go somewhere and live off the grid for a few days. That's what I really want to do, is being able to live off the grid for a few days. I'll have my own power. I'll get a water source from somewhere, yeah, and shower as well. And if I were to, I'm going to build a shower rig, so I can, you know, make my own have my own showers and everything. Yeah, so yeah, I'm pretty excited about all of this, and I definitely want to go over east as well. Yeah, and I'm also going to be doing some work with Canon Australia. So I'll just drop that in here. Yeah. Hopefully the audio's alright. I'm just doing this on my phone. It seems to be better than what my little cameras can do. Plus, I guess I could have actually done it with my Canon. That's the thing I didn't think of. I'm just so out of it at the moment, you know, I haven't been doing much. Yeah, I haven't really been thinking that much, so I'm definitely looking forward to getting out there and shooting as much as possible. I really didn't want this to be a long video, and I do apologise if it is. I'm trying to look at the counter, but it's saying it in, yeah, it's saying the time, it's not actually saying the recording time. I'm using this app on my phone, Pro Camera I think it is. Yeah, it's made for video. Yeah, anyway, so I think that's about it really. Yeah, can't think of anything. Oh yeah, I have also became an ambassador for Myops, so they make like these sort of things. This is the capsule 360. This is for time lapse and video work. It's pretty cool little gadget. So I've got it in. No, actually, I can do a separate video on that one. Yeah, and also the triggers as well, so you can capture lightning and high-speed strobist photography as well. I've used it quite a bit for that. Yeah, that's about it really. Yeah, I just wanted to sit down in front of the camera and talk about why I've done it. There's no cinematic shots, it's just me sitting down here and talking. but eventually we will get up to that sort of point. I'm just not skilled enough yet. I'm very new to video, so there's a lot of stuff I'm new to, but in the next few years it's definitely going to be a heck of a lot better than what it is now. But at least I'm starting somewhere. Anyway, I'm going to end this, and thanks for watching. If you've got any questions, leave them down below. I'll do my best to answer them, and like and subscribe. I can't believe I'm saying that. I'm gotta get used to that. And yeah, so till the next time, bye bye. Sorry, that's a Thomas Heaton reference. I love his show. I love his videos. Yeah, normally I think a lot of them just cover the whole camera as well. But yeah, anyway, take care everyone, and I'll see you next time.